friends, I'm Bella and welcome to my Sunday chat. If you're new here, this is a different video for me. I'm very privileged to be part of the mature beauty community on YouTube, which videos I put up Tuesday and Friday, but on a Sunday I do something very different. It's just my thought for the week, and the thought is very loosely based around scripture, but it is very loosely based. So I will list above the scripture that I'm loosely based in my talk this week, and it's something that has really been on my mind a lot this week, and I'm sure many of you as well. Is the death of Caroline Flack. Now, I'm not sure if you know her in America, but she was a television presenter here, and she did presented a lot of the reality TV shows. She's very liked among her peers. For instance, she was famous for Love Island, presenting Love Island, and she'd done Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, I think, and she'd done the X Factor, Extra, so she's done a lot of that type of work, and she was very, very well known for that. Now, I think her private life was a bit haphazard, but again, that has nothing to do with anybody else. And she got into some, trauma, I think, some things that were concerning her, and she was dealing with some rough stuff. Now, this is a girl that was Instagram crazy. She was loved on Instagram. She had a huge following. Everybody liked her. Everybody, she was one of a typical Instagram celebrity, and lovely. She did lovely. The people that I've read about that knew her personally in her life said she was lovely and warm and charming and kind, and she certainly came across that way on television. But as happens so often, she got a turning point in her life, a downtime in her life, and a lot of the fans, an awful lot of the fans and the media and everybody else jumped on her back, and she was the whipping girl for quite a while. She was trolled. She came across at first as saying, when I looked and studied up, she came across as first, this doesn't bother me, this doesn't, water off a duck's back, I'm not bothered. And then you could see she stopped tweeting a lot, and she stopped being on Instagram, and you could see it was really getting to her. And one of her last Instagram posts was telling people to be kind, to be nice to each other and be kind. And although at first she said it didn't bother her, obviously it did. And the fears she had did, because she took her own life last Sunday. Now, she's one of many, many. And I'm just using Caroline as an example for what's been on my mind this week, really. About what the media has done, and social media in particular. How much does someone have to take? How much abuse and trolling and lies and hateful remarks does someone have to take before they take their own life? And how do those people feel? How do the people feel that sent her messages of how ugly she was, how awful she was, she should be better off dead? Because they're common things that are said amongst these trolls that apparently is entertainment. And how much of that do you take, And she was 40. Caroline was 40. And you see and read so much in the news about young people, young teenagers taking their lives because they're told on messages they're better off dead and they should die and they're fat and they're ugly, and done to the extent that their life is worthless to them and they take their life. I can't think of anything worse. I think it's absolutely appalling that we've now found this, and it's popular. It is popular. The gossip sites are really popular. But I find it difficult to understand that it's entertaining to get together on somebody you don't know, who you've never met in real life, and let's talk about them, let's hit them hard, let's really be hateful. And to the extent that they do take their own life, how on earth is that entertainment? How on earth do you lay your head on your pillow at night and say, I don't know this person, I've never met them in real life, I've only seen them on telly or social media or whatever, but I'm going to be hateful and I'm going to gossip and I'm going to hurt, and I'm very happy doing that. Can you let anybody lay their head on their pillow and say that? I mean, I think that's so unbelievable to me. And I know I sound really, I'm not shocked by it. No, I'm not shocked by it. I don't think anything on the media shocks me now. But, you know, you think the younger people, who are far more gullible and far more easy targets for these kind of, well, I can't even call them people, you know, these creatures that do such a thing to another human being. I can't imagine, you know, I've got daughters, I've got young daughters, and it's not just girls, boys too, men, women, they're not fussy who they target. And how I've tried to protect, and how it's got this bad. I mean, years ago, not even that many years ago, I know my children and my daughters, you say the usual thing, don't you, to protect them, yeah? To protect them from any sort of harm. And I instilled in my daughters always the usual things: you don't talk to strangers. If anyone ever comes to the school and says, Mum said I can pick you up, no, Mum would never do that. You never talk to people like that. You go to the teacher immediately. You never leave the school gates without Mum. And if I'm not going to be there to pick you up, if for some reason, I will tell you who's going to pick you up. I'd inform the school that these persons have got permission to pick my daughters up. The usual thing that any mother does to protect, you know, her child. Teach them morals and scruples and so forth to protect them. But what do you do? You know, these are online, people that don't know them, not going to meet them in the street or, you know, at school, or these are online. They don't know them, and their pure purpose is to hurt. And it's not just the children, though, the younger ones. I know in our beauty community that there's so many that receive such horrible, hateful comments. And, you know, I've always tried to be understanding to people. I've always tried to think, well, why is this person feeling that way? It's always what I've tried to do. But you know what? I can't get that. I do not understand how you can put your head on your pillow. What they must feel now about Caroline and about hundreds of others that have done it. And you see it on the news all the time. Young persons taking their life. They feel worthless. They feel fat. They feel ugly. And you know what? To put your head on your pillow and know you've contributed to causing that. Where's the guilt? Where's the shame? And, you know, I just don't understand it. It just absolutely, it takes my breath away that people could act such a way to each other. And one of Caroline's last tweets or Instagram posts, I said, is be kind. Be kind. And some of my beautiful friends here in the mature community in their videos with be kind. If you can't do anything else, be kind. Surely that's got to give you more inner peace than literally targeting someone to their death, which is what they do. I don't understand that mindset, and I've been thinking a lot about that this week, about, you know, what I could do to help that. But, you know, as I've said many times, I'm just one little voice. And I can do my little bit, and I can come on and I can say how terrible that is, but the people that need to hear that, the people without the consciences, because you can't have a conscience to do something like that, I'm not going to take any notice of me. I'm not going to take any notice of anyone. You know, it's fun. And until that sort of thing on social media, and I don't know how it will be done. I don't know, because I know nothing about that side of things. But until that's cracked down, until that becomes a real criminal offence to target someone like that, until there is a sentence that would be, if you targeted someone in real life, if you targeted them until they died, you know, what would the result be? And I think it needs to be part of the media too. I think it needs to be part of social media, that if you contribute to putting someone in that frame of mind, it should be a crime. I do think it should be a crime. I mean, I don't know if you agree with me. I'm not sure. It's just something that I feel really passionately about, which is why I wanted to speak about it today. And I just think it's so sad. It's so sad. Even from a personal point of view, although I haven't had that, it's, you know, ladies that I know are beautiful ladies, and some of the most beautiful women that I know on here, that are beautiful inside and outside in every way, have had the most vile, disgusting, horrible messages sent to them. You know, why? Why is that happening? I just think it's so sad. So sad that we've become now that's a form of entertainment, to drive someone to troll that much, and to be popular if you're trolling. And the channels that do the trolling and do the gossip and put the people down are massive. So it's got to be entertaining. The shows that do it, and it's entertainment. So who's finding that entertainment? I don't know. Maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm, you know, living in the past and things are not like they used to be, and I know that. But to me, they're not even human beings to do that to another person. I really don't think so. So they're the ones that I put out. This is the type of video I put out every Sunday. But if you're more into the beauty and you're not into sort of chatty videos, then I put those out on a Tuesday and a Friday. And as I said, I feel privileged to be part of the mature beauty community on here, because there's some lovely women. So I will see you again on Tuesday, and you take care of yourselves, be good, and thank you for being here. Thank you.